Welcome to today's Explainer. We're diving deep into Microsoft's absolutely massive April 2026 Excel update. And we're going to get right to the bottom of a really critical question. Does this new Copilot update actually represent true game-changing agentic work, or is it just a fancy new prompt box?
So, let's just get right to the heart of the matter. Does this new plan-first Copilot actually become a reliable digital analyst for your team? Or does the very real risk of spreadsheet chaos kind of keep it boxed into a corner? You know, if you've ever had a rogue macro completely wipe out an entire morning's worth of work, you know exactly why audibility is literally everything.
To wrap our heads around why Microsoft is pushing this update so hard right now, we really just have to look at the math. In Q3 of fiscal year 26, Microsoft reported an absolutely mind-blowing $54.5 billion in cloud revenue. To put that in perspective, Agentic Excel is a highly specific, massive product bet designed to justify that incredible AI infrastructure spend to operators and investors like us.
Okay, here's our roadmap for the explainer. We'll be quickly hitting the agent shift, chat versus allow editing, Python inside the spreadsheet, a super repeatable analyst workflow, and finally, setting up those all-important AI guardrails.
Let's start right off with Section 1, the agentic shift. We're moving well beyond the simple prompt box here.
Guys, we are officially witnessing the death of the unpredictable prompt. With the arrival of plan mode, we're finally shifting away from typing out a prompt and just hoping for the best. Instead, Copilot now outlines a complete step-by-step proposal before a single cell in your workbook is actually updated. You review it, you approve it, and then it executes. It's a real game changer.
Moving into Section 2, chat versus allow editing. Honestly, these are the two switches that absolutely matter most. Now, to avoid total spreadsheet chaos, you absolutely must establish a primary boundary using this new switcher. On one hand, you've got chat only. That's your safe, totally hands-off mode where Copilot answers questions and gives guidance without actually touching your file. And on the other hand, you've got allow editing. This is where you hand Copilot the keys to actively change content, formatting, and even your formulas.
But sitting right on top of that allow editing mode is plan mode. Think of this as your ultimate safety net. Copilot proposes the steps, you adjust them as needed, and then a really clever Understand Changes feature highlights exactly what was touched, so you're literally never caught off guard.
All right, let's hit Section 3, Python inside the spreadsheet. We are seriously raising the analytical ceiling with this one.
Think about doing a year-over-year or quarter-over-quarter variance analysis. If you've ever tried building clean cohort charts or really complex regressions using pure Excel formulas, well, you know it used to be a total nightmare of nested functions. It was like a giant puzzle. But now, by integrating Python directly into the edit mode, Python does all the heavy computational lifting. It gives you this incredibly fast, fully traceable analytics pipeline without ever having to leave Excel.
Okay, let's bring this down to earth in Section 4, the repeatable analyst workflow. We're taking this from theory straight into practice.
Here is a highly practical workflow that you can actually test out this very week. Let's call it the earnings brief. First up, ingest. Just paste your messy KPI history right into the sheet. Next, ask Copilot to propose a cleaning plan using plan mode. Then, let Python jump in to compute those deltas and rolling averages. And finally, explain. Have Copilot draft a 5-bullet executive memo. You've just compressed literally hours of raw number crunching into a completely decision-ready view, entirely under your supervision.
And for those really heavy-duty, complex tasks, Microsoft has an early access frontier program featuring Copilot Cowork. This is designed specifically for multi-step, long-running tasks, like, say, a huge monthly budget review. It can gather last month's sheet, draft a narrative, and even create an executive slide outline. It basically carries the work forward for you, pausing only to ask for your strategic steering at key moments.
Which brings us to Section 5, setting up AI guardrails. It is all about balancing that incredible speed with the very real risk.
Look, if Copilot can actually edit your files, you absolutely must enforce some minimum guardrails. This is non-negotiable. Always default to chat only for sensitive workbooks, restrict allow editing to clearly defined groups only, make absolutely sure version history is turned on for rollbacks, require plan mode for any multi-step edits, and of course always demand a human check before anything touches an executive report.
Now, if you want a really safe, practical space to test these workflows out before a massive company-wide rollout, you should check out the Side Hustle Command Center template created by my colleague Howard. It's basically a structured personal finance dashboard that is perfect for this. But just as a quick aside, remember, this is strictly an educational tool to practice these agentic workflows. Definitely not financial advice.
So, agentic work in Excel, it's really no longer just a buzzword. It's plan first, and it is officially here. But to unlock this massive productivity shift safely, you have to make a governance choice. So I want to leave you with this provocative thought. When you log in tomorrow morning, what are you going to set as the default for your team? Are you sticking with the safety of chat only, or are you ready to unleash the true power of Allow editing? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.